All right. Hello, world. You guys know where that term's from? If you know where that term's from, comment down in the comment section. Hello, world is from when Tiger Woods was joining the PGA Tour. And I'm a golfer. So if you know me, I'm a golfer. Follow me on social media. You'll see. But if you guys don't know me, my name's Andrew Augustiniak of the Augustiniak Lending Team. Every week and every day, I try to put together videos with, situations, questions, events that have gone on in our everyday life, because if it's going on and I'm getting asked these questions or running into these scenarios, most likely that could be something that, on the outside, you as a viewer would want to know, or somebody searching, mortgage questions, right? So I wanted to answer this question on the video. Why are investors pushing back into the real estate market right now in different areas? Obviously, when I talk about real estate, my biggest disclaimer would be, please understand, every market is so different. Even sub-markets in Gilbert, Arizona, where I live, different neighborhoods are hot, cold, stale, moving, not moving, rental markets. So every market's different. But in general, why are investors pushing back in the market? Well, they know, as an investor myself, they know that when rates go down, something will cause them to go down. Values will naturally jump up. Also, there's been a slight uptick in foreclosure notices going on. So investors are naturally going to go try to get a deal. But overall, investors know that when rates go down, values will naturally jump. And they want to get those assets. They want to pick up the property. Property is an asset, because when rates go down, they want to own that asset, which then goes up in value. Then they can refinance and get their cash flow on that rental property with the rental income where they want it. So the long story short is, real estate in certain markets will always be a good investment, especially nowadays because rates are fixed. I mean, we really don't see variable interest rates or balloon situations where somebody owes X amount, but then in 5 years they have a balloon payment of $100,000 that's due. We don't see that. All mortgage products are boring nowadays, to say the least. And so putting your money into real estate in a market that people aren't moving out of, and people always need a place to live, will always be a great investment. I mean, just depends on how savvy you want to get. I have one client who, he's bought in a house, lived in it, rent out the other 3 rooms. Then ultimately a year later moved out, rented out all 4 rooms, or 12-month leases. So he had all 4 rooms rented out to 4 different individuals on 12-month leases, bringing in $4,500 a month. I've had people, buy a house and Airbnb out their casita if they have one. So, I have had people buy a home and just rent it out to, 3 individual single college people. So real estate is always going to be a great investment depending on what market you're buying that real estate in. You need to look, if you're buying real estate and you want to be an investor, put some money into real estate that'll generate rental income. You just got to look at the market around it, right? You don't want to, I'm not buying real estate in Nogales, Arizona, because that's not a market to me that's growing. Some people may, but some people also on the opposite side would say, okay, Yuma, Arizona, hot, middle of the desert, but it's also an Air Force base up down there. So you always have people moving in and actually going to Yuma, Arizona. Air Force bases, colleges, obviously, business, what's going on. Those are all things that need to be taken into consideration. So it just depends. But overall, that's why investors are pushing back in the market, because they know that in certain markets where people are moving to, housing is needed, and a lot of those people moving may not be buying right away. They might be figuring out where they want to live and what are they going to do, rent. So that's your long story short. If you guys have any questions, real estate related, investment related, shoot me a DM. You can look up my information through my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, show some love. It just helps us. And then have a wonderful rest of your day.